Hey, here's a workaround for the sheet flow diverter. I'm gonna show it to you from the site plan. And so the first thing again, I need to know kind of how tall things are. I'm gonna go from over here. So I'll go from like, you know, about a 4 foot to a 4.5. So if I make this thing 4.5 foot tall, it'll definitely stick up. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna build a wall there. I'm just going to make it a generic wall. I don't care what kind of wall I make it. That's 5 inches thick. Maybe I make one that's not quite as thick. And I'm just going to draw a wall and I'm going to make it up to, what did I say? 4.5 feet. Nope, sorry about that. It's going to start at 0 and then it's going to go up 4.5 feet. Okay, so then I'm going to go from somewhere around there to somewhere around there, and I've got a wall. Escape. There's a wall. But of course, this is on some weird angly slope and stuff like that. So I'm going to go look at it. Oh, I didn't quite get it high enough. Let's go a little higher to get above. There. So I can see I probably, oh, I made it way, should have been like 5. How's that look? That looks like a little bump. Call it 4.9. There, got a little bump. But of course, over here it's big. So I need to trim it off even with that somehow. I'm going to look at it, kind of try to look at it kind of on edge there, and I'll put it into a wireframe so I can cut. Oh, that's worse. I'll leave it as a hidden line. There we go. And then what I can do is I can edit the profile of that wall. And I know over here, that this edge is going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to actually draw a line. There's where it intersects. I'm going to go up a little bit, and then I'm going to go over to this corner. And then I'll erase that top line, which I don't want anymore, and I'll do what's called a fillet. I'll just make a corner. There we go. Cool. And now that bump sticks up just a little bit, but it's kind of hard to see because of the color. So I'm going to do another little trick, and I don't need all this stuff sit down below here quite so big. I'll to, oh, I don't like that. I'll leave it down there for now. Oh, Control Z. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to change my base offset to be something like 3.5 feet. Oh, no, never mind. I'm going to leave it alone. I'll leave it just like that. But I'm going to take this thing, and it's a basic wall, but I'm going to make it into something called, I'm going to duplicate that and call it sheet flow diverter. And I'm going to change its structure. Ooh, look at all this stuff. Finish core. I'm going to change the structure of that. Let's see where I'm going to have to go to get that. I'm going to change that actually from basic wall. I'm going to go back to just a generic. I think it'll be easier to work with. Generic 5-inch thick. There we go. So I've got a generic wall, easier to work with. And I'm going to duplicate it to be called sheet flow diverter. And I'm going to change its structure. And if I change its structure to something like earth, it'll come out brown. Then it's a little easier to see. Okay, so that's how I'm gonna make my sheet flow diverter show up. And of course I can take a really nice view. I'll take a, remember I said from here, I could get into a camera view, camera, maybe look there like that. And I'll probably raise myself up a little bit. Remember how I did that before. I'm looking down a little bit. That looks good. And I'll see this sheet flow diverter then, especially if I go to assistant colors, there we go. So that's kind of nice. And then I can render that. And it'll look okay. It won't be spectacular. There's other things I can do. I can change this from being dirt. By the way, it was gravel, and I changed that to earth also. But it looks kind of cool. It looks like a sheet flow diverter. There's got a bump, and there's a swale, and there's a thing here, and I can change this from concrete to asphalt. Lots of things that you can do if you really want to get into it and play with it. I'm not requiring that. So I'll save that to my project. This is sheet flow diverter and swale. There we go. That's how you do the last little part.